kind of embarrassed to admit this, but when Johnny Knoxville started filming Bad Grandpa without the rest of the Jackass guys, I got very depressed. Bummer, dude. I thought, like, now I'm the Jackson 4. My career is over. And, like, I decided I just wanted to surf. I'd been to Hawaii where I caught my first real wave. It was tiny, but in the whitewash, I pulled off a headstand. And that got me super stoked, especially the killer photo I got. And I decided to commit myself to really learning how to surf. Was surfing all the time in California. And then my depression set in. And I just wanted to go away, man. So I booked a trip to Costa Rica where a professional surf photographer got this epic photo that looked like I was just about to get barreled. And that was the morale booster I needed. So I decided to go on another trip to get an even cooler photo. And I flew to Canada all by myself to go to this super remote location where it's just lonely, cold, and dark. And I found a photographer to get a freezing surfing photo, and I was stoked on that too. So then it's like, where to next? And I flew to Nicaragua with my bro, Tommy. And now the number one priority on these trips is to get a dope surf shot to make it into a stamp for my surf passport. And when I came back from that Nicaragua trip, that's when I got this board right here, my Robert 6'4", which would become the star of my surf passport. I'd call her Old Faithful because she'd catch the waves and I would just be along for the ride. The first trip I brought that baby on was to these islands in the Indian Ocean called Maldives. And my stamp from that trip was so rad, I got the surf shot tattooed on my wrist. It was the closest I ever been to being in a barrel. We got back from the Maldives, and frankly, I didn't feel any better. So I jumped on an airplane all by myself and flew to El Salvador. But when I got back from El Salvador, something massive happened. My bro, Sam Macaroni, who now is a huge Hollywood movie director, says, dude, you gotta get on YouTube and just do your own thing. And he taught me how to edit properly on a computer for the first time. Just being able to grab a camera and produce stuff on my own made life great again. And I didn't even realize that it was gonna allow me to rebuild my career. I just thought, cool, I'll go to the Dominican Republic and film a bunch of gimp shit and surf my ass off. And that got me so excited, I decided to book a surf trip with Tommy and Scott so that we could really produce videos. And that's when shit got good. We went down to Peru and caught waves. I'm doing the Peruvian jellyfish sombrero, which to date is my most viewed video on YouTube. Oh, shit, we got into all kinds of fun stuff on that trip. Then we went off to Morocco and I introduced the world to my love affair with street dogs. Had street dogs sleep in my bed. You could tell that I was really having fun in Morocco. And on my Morocco stamp, I was sporting a serious camel toe. And then when we went to Fiji, we traveled with tasers in our luggage and just zapped each other all over the place. Ah! Ow! Where's the fucking camera?
Right there.
That's what matters in life, is your relationships, dude. And these guys, Scott Randolph and Tommy Caudill, are my homeboys. And there's nothing better than traveling the world with your bros and just seeing stuff that you would never see otherwise. We went to Madagascar, Philippines, then South Africa. And on South Africa trip, we brought Paul Brisky. That's when he got the name Young Cunt. Yeah, Young Cunt. You like it?
I love it.
Yeah. The teams got bigger, the trips got cooler, and one thing was really missing. The barrel. I'd been trying so hard for years, and I'd gotten close, but I never pulled it. And I started to think I never would, until I got invited to Kelly Slater's surf ranch. Ray Kelly Slater, the most famous surfer ever to live, designed the most badass man-made wave on the planet, bar none. It's so badass they made it part of the World Surfing Professional Tour, right? And like, I got to go there. And I'm with the famous DJ Diplo, the other famous DJ Flume, and the movie producer Jimmy Chen, and surfing legends Billy Kemper and Koa Smith. And my first wave comes up, and I'm up on it. And I'm cruising all over the place. Nobody can believe it. I'm ripping. But I didn't get the barrel, and I kept trying. Sometimes I got into the pocket, and I would make it into the barrel, but it would take me out. And I just got taken out again and again, over and over. I even got really drilled a bunch of times. So I considered myself a failure. I thought it would never happen for me. Until Tony Hawk and I raised all this money for his charity with our double wall ride prints. And he said, you know what, dude? I'm so grateful. I want to take you to the surf ranch. He booked the place. And we showed up. We got Tony Hawk.
Doing it.
And we had my bro Zeke, who's world famous for doing the first ever Superman finger flip in a wave pool. And Tommy Caudill, Scott Randolph, the Jackass sound guy Cordell Mansfield, who's my bro forever.
Heaven on earth.
So we're all staying at the ranch overnight. We've got a night session and then another shot in the morning. I suit up for the night session, wax my rails. So I'm a kook, all right? Leave me alone. And then I get in the wave pool. But for some reason, I felt like I was lacking confidence. Maybe because I had had 2 plates put into my collarbone less than 3 weeks before. I tried to just work through it. But I was doing worse than I had on my first trip, and somebody suggested maybe I should have a board that was more buoyant. Simply put, last night did not go my way. But we're gonna go into the boardroom, we're gonna pick out a new board, and we're gonna get it today. And I picked out a board called the Greedy Beaver. I figured, that's a funny name. It's gotta work. The Greedy Beaver it is. So I give myself a morale booster by pulling a bitchin' trick shot with this hacky sack move I know. Oh, yeah! And I get into the fucking wave pool with the Greedy Beaver, and lo and behold, I can't catch a wave to save my life. And if I do, I fall right down. It was awful. And it came down to the last wave of the session, before which I thought, why did I cheat on Old Faithful? And I got out of the wave pool, I went running to the RV, I grabbed my baby, got back in the wave pool just in time, and I paddled and I got that last wave, the last wave of the session, no more chances. And I'm up, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting kind of stable, all right, I'm dropping down into the pocket, I'm headed down the line, I'm starting to crouch, here it comes, and whoosh. I got covered. Not for long, and not super covered, but covered. And I rode out, dude. I'm like, it just happened. And there's no denying it, man. I'm so excited about the footage, I got this guy to like make a whole thing out of it, where I actually ride through a barrel, and a shack, and a green room, and a pit. Because you know what? I got pitted. Yeah. And then after that, they had their ceremony, which they always have, to give away an award for the wave of the day. And the winner was Scott Randolph, which seems a little confusing considering what I just did. And plus, Zeke had a decent ride too. And let's not forget, Tony Hawk was surfing with us. But hey, I'm not mad at Scott. He just got Steveo's hot sauce for your butthole on Amazon. And that's a big deal. We made a toast to celebrate.
Oh.
Being on Amazon, we're a real small fish in a really big pond. But if you go on Amazon and order yourself Stevo's hot sauce for your butthole, it's the perfect size bottle to tuck into somebody's stocking, and they'll have a nice little laugh when they find it in there. And you'd be really helping us out. So please, go on Amazon and order Stevo's hot sauce for your butthole. Plus, make no mistake, it's delicious.